Hey gang, it's Wednesday, it's hump day, and that means that it is happy hour for all the dinks. Hey, cheers to you guys.
Cheers. What a
This
night.
is your backstage look with the dentists in the know. It's your backstage look at current trends, politics, and education, all in the dental world. It's live and it's over a cocktail. I'm Jeff Horowitz. That guy is Chad Duplantis. That gal is Jennifer Bell. And they tried to keep us off Facebook tonight, but it ain't gonna happen. We recorded so that we could come on later. We'll keep it abbreviated. We'll try to keep it short. We'll try to keep it right to the point. But our guest tonight needed to be seen. Heck, we needed to be seen, guys.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But we had some amazing guests tonight. We have a dynamic duo that really has an incredible perspective on how to improve recare compliance and at the same time improve your patient's oral hygiene. Shawn Zayas and Shawnie from Zana are here. These guys are incredible disruptors in the toothbrush industry, and can't wait to hear from them. And you're really going to be floored at the program that they are offering. So we'll be talking to them. We'll try to chat with JB as briefly as we can about the news. Don't worry, I'm not leaving you out, JB. We will never leave you out completely.
You would never. Chad maybe, but you wouldn't.
I would never do that. But
no,
what do you say we just get this thing going?
You ready?
And so why don't we do this? Rather than have our usual little banter and everything, our guests have been waiting in the green room for a while. So let's bring them on. Let's have a talk with them, and then we can play. Sound good, Chad?
It sounds great. So what I would like to do is I would like to introduce our guests, and these two I've known for a whole 2 weeks. I met them. I'm going to tell a funny story and then I'll tell the real story. But I met them in Miami at Smiles at Sea. Fantastic people. And I told Shawn, who is right there on my screen, I don't know where he is on your screen, I said, I don't know what it is about you, but you could sell ice to the Eskimos and I'll be your Eskimo today because whatever you're selling, I'm buying. Shawnie, his sidekick, is such a delight. It was awesome. So anyways, I went and met them. They talked about their company, which I'm going to let them share in just a second. Then afterwards, there's a party, and it's about literally an hour later. So mind you, I had not been drinking. I'm walking out to the party with 2 cups of ice to bring one to Danny Laneri and one to myself because we were going to mix drinks out there. And this young lady stops me and says, hey, Dr. Duplantis. And I said, hey, how's it going? And she's chatting away. And I've never said this in my life. And I looked at her, I said, I'm so sorry. Do I know you? And she says, yeah, you just signed up for our program like an hour ago. Oh, well, mind you, she didn't have a t-shirt on at that point in time. She changed into a nice dress. I didn't even recognize her. I was horribly embarrassed because that's not the way that I was raised. But I did not forget her the rest of the weekend. I certainly did not forget either of them. And it is an honor to have Shawn Zayas and Shawnie on our show. They are delightful people. They are with Zana. Shawn has a lengthy background in dentistry, and Shawnie has a lengthy background in dentistry as a registered dental hygienist. But I would like for both of them to tell you a little bit about Zana, and then we have some pointed questions for them. So
before they speak, though, I've got to say something. Chad, you lost us all at I wasn't drinking.
I wasn't yet.
You lost the entire audience right there. With that, please, Shawn and Shawnie, we would love to hear from you, but he's fully you know what.
Yeah.
He blocked
you. He blocked you.
Yeah, he did. He tried to. Yeah,
I tried.
Yeah. So welcome.
Thank you. It is an honor to be with you, awesome people. And right after we met you, so I know maybe Shawnie kind of, spaced your mind, but right away she's like, Shawn, I've never worked for a dentist as awesome as that man. Like I could just tell the way he talks about his practice and his team, like it would, like, man, she could just tell, like, you're the real deal. So hats off, like you're the reason why dentistry is great. And it's dentists like you that just keep inspiring us to want to make dentistry even better. So
thank you. And you know what? The other two on the show with me are pretty spectacular as well. So I'm better.
And I thought we warned you about blowing his ego up. We told you before the show.
This show can't handle any more of his ego.
Didn't he pay you to say that, Shawn?
Where did Dr. Duplantis go? Why is Mel Gibson at your house? This is so
yeah. Thank you. So tell us about your journey in dentistry and what led you to Zana, and then tell us about Zana.
Okay, so basically my dad, he was an executive at M&M Mars, responsible for creating cavities, and decided to start a dental supply company and try to kind of redeem his life. And this is happening when I'm like a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, and I'm growing up in the family business, seeing my dad sell manual toothbrushes to dentists. And I kept asking him, I'm like, Dad, like, like, how do I get behind this company? And he's like, you gotta believe. And for some reason, I just wasn't super excited about saving dentists 15 or 20 cents on a toothbrush. So being part of this business, being in dentistry, I just kept thinking, like, how can I actually like help dentists with what they really care about? And it's not just saving some, cents here and there. It's about really providing value to their patients. It's about getting their patients to come back. So at this point in time, we have this amazing electric toothbrush, and I'm thinking, what if an electric toothbrush can be more than an electric toothbrush? Like, what if it can be a way for dentists to be able to extend their care beyond the chair? And that's why that's pretty much, we observed that the electric toothbrush model that currently exists is just kind of broken. Like, I think Sonicare and Oral-B are great companies, have done so much for oral health. It's just that the programs that they've set up, I don't think really serve dentists and patients that well. And I just figured out there's got to be a better way. And that's why we created Zana.
So I have to jump in because one of the things Chad actually told me about you guys right after the Smiles at Sea program that he did. And he said, yeah, I met these really great people. You got to hear about this. It's a really great electric toothbrush company. And I almost started to kind of shut it off right there. Honestly, just because, oh my gosh, another toothbrush company, another electric toothbrush. He's like, Jeff, hear me out. And because I like him a little bit, I'm like, okay, you got 2 minutes. So no, but I said, Chad, it's an electric toothbrush company. He goes, no, it's not. He goes, listen to what they're doing for your recall program. And I was like, genius. So please tell us about that, because I think that takes it a step beyond what anyone in the marketplace is doing right now.
Yeah. So first of all, when I was working clinically, I mean, of course, I wanted my patients to brush with whatever electric toothbrush our office had, Oral-B or Sonicare. But I always felt so guilty because I knew that the patient was getting a better deal if they just went to Amazon or Costco. So I literally would like even pull up my phone and show them the Amazon link to get it cheaper. And so although I was recommending the brush, I was feeling like I was ripping them off. It didn't make any sense. So when I heard about Shawn's program, I was like, I mean, honestly, I'm a Sonicare lover. So I was like, I'll try your brush, but I personally have always used a Sonicare and I loved it. I mean, it's an amazing brush, but the whole thing is like, that's why we're saying stop selling electric toothbrushes. We're not trying to be an electric toothbrush company or program. It's all about getting patients to keep on track with their appointments, keep their oral hygiene in check. And then it's obviously a win for the practice because of, the retention aspect. So when the patient goes back, they get free brush head replacements for life from the office, only when they go back for their routine hygiene visits. So it's amazing.
So from the top down, it's pretty much we're saying, don't sell electric toothbrushes. Instead, enroll your patient in your own office care program, Care Beyond the Chair. And what happens right away is we imprint the office name, website, and phone number on the brush. So for 5 to 7 years, that's sitting on your patient's counter and they're thinking of you. We wanted to make the practice, the dentist, the team, the heroes. And then every single time they come back to your practice, they get those free replacement heads for life. We don't send it to them so we get credit. They have to come back to the dentist because
I love this.
When they're part of your
Yeah.
family, you take care of their oral health. You're committed to extending care beyond the chair.
I love
Shawn,
this.
you
But Chad
crack
does
me up,
not
dude.
need people. He doesn't need to know people are thinking about him because he thinks everyone is thinking about him all the time.
True.
Yeah. Shut up. So
Yeah.
when we were at Smiles at Sea, it was funny because I had heard your message and then you got to hear my message the next day and they were kind of in sync because I always talk about the missing link is retention. And I think that it is huge that you all really talk about retention. And when I pitched this to my team, it's funny because there was never a, well, what's in it for us? They got it right away. They're like, that's genius. You know, these people keep coming back to your office and that's huge within itself. Now today during our onboarding, they asked some pretty pointed questions and I saw Shawnie kind of scratching her head. I was like, okay, team, shut up. We're good. But no, they asked some really good questions, but the answers were all there as well. So, kudos to you all. JB, do you have any questions? Because I certainly have a couple more. So, but
No, go ahead. I love the concept. I think it's great, and it's going to make, as you noted, a disruptor. It's going to make the electric toothbrush industry very uncomfortable. But I think that's exactly what brings innovation and change. So I'm all for it. And I personally hate stocking toothbrushes. I gave up on that a long time ago. I don't like to file the tax on it. I just would prefer not to be in that line of business. And frankly, to your point, Shawnie, could never be competitive. Like I would say, well, just get your Bed Bath & Beyond coupon and take it over there. And for 20%, you can test them all out and figure out which one you like. So yeah. I was pretty terrible at selling them other than the fact that I believed in the technology. So
I 30% off.
That's right. I mean, I'm like, if I'm trying to find the barrier to care, it can't be me. That's the antithesis of the whole point of wanting a patient to be on an electric toothbrush. It can't be my cost of selling them that brush. So, then you just were like, well, why am I keeping the few in stock that I ultimately convinced the one or two really dumb, lazy ones that don't want to use a coupon or go to Costco and test them out? And, so at the end we quit stocking. So I love the idea that we can still provide and educate, and the retention piece is beautiful. I just think it sounds like a phenomenal program. So shoot away, Chad Duplantis.
Well, I couldn't agree with everything.
I know when I say things, it's almost so poignant. No one else can follow up with it. But
mic drop. Just
well,
we're good.
Chad doesn't understand half the words you say, Jennifer. So
I reckon
find 3 of them. I said poignant.
POIGNANT. Bam.
Hey, I'm actually really surprised, frankly.
Yeah. So they give me a hard time over they think I'm stupid, but I'm not. I'm just
stupid.
I'm
not wrong with the word.
I'm just
stupid
special.
Is as stupid does, Mama.
I'm a special person.
Most of the time, someone as handsome as you can't also be so smart.
You cannot have everything.
You're killing us down there, Shawn. You're killing us.
So what I wanted to say is that in addition to being an incredible company with an incredible mission and the potential of making an incredible profit, there's something that you all do that's different than everybody else, and you give back. And Shawn or Shawnie, could you all tell us about that a little bit as well?
So I'm curious what you're referencing, because you might be referencing something I shared with you that was kind of like phase 2.
Never mind. We'll touch on that next time and cut that
Yeah,
out.
honestly, you know what that looked like? It looked like they were on the dating game or something.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not going to answer that for real.
Yeah.
are you?
What is
So-
it? The newlywed game? Like,
Yeah,
no, we're
You
there
know,
yet.
Dad just got in the
know.
inner circle, you know, at Smiles at Sea, and I just shared with him probably some really exciting things that we're going to be rolling.
You
out.
have, let's put it this way. Maybe I should say that you have some big visions for giving back.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Absolutely.
Kind of a Tom type of concept.
Totally.
Fair
Tom,
to say?
yeah, Tom Shoes has been such an inspiration for me. I remember in college looking around and seeing these people wear like a really weird looking shoe. It didn't seem
That
like
was not the most attractive shoe.
no. It didn't seem like a superior shoe. It didn't
No.
seem like there was any science behind it, but there was this like little white and blue flag on each of these shoes, and people that wore them wouldn't stop talking about them. And that's where even the idea to private label this brush was like, you know what, that flag made those shoes a symbol of care. It wasn't just about it being a shoe. And this brush, it's not about it just being a brush. The second it gets private labeled, it becomes a symbol of the practice's care for the patient. So I love Tom's Shoes. I love what they've done. And there's some really exciting stuff we're going to be rolling into Care Beyond the Chair coming up.
Phase 2.
Phase
Phase
2.
2.
So I let the
Stay
cat
tuned.
out of the bag.
You guys will
so
have to
to
have us
say.
back for us to share phase 2.
That
Yeah.
sounds
Well,
perfect.
I have to say that, you know, you touched on something, and yes, the thing that Jennifer, Chad, myself, that we all have in common, and the reason we get along so well, and the reason that this whole DINKs thing has worked so well, is because we really all see dentistry the same way. For us, all three of us, and I can very confidently say this, is that everything really needs to be win-win-win for all of us. It's not just win for us, win for our team. It's win for us, win for our team, win for our patients. And so when we find companies that are out there in the dental arena, which is not usually the case, where they're like, you know what, we can win, the patient can win, and the dentist can win at the same time, that's a pretty cool thing. Uh-oh, my filter keeps going over.
I was watching it creep.
This is, I borrowed, you know that filter that
creep.
Chad used to use to hide his wrinkles? So
Oh,
I
yeah, but
borrowed
then
that.
he got Botox.
Yeah, and then I put that in front of my camera, and now he had Botox, so he didn't need that filter anymore.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. That's
Yeah.
a great idea. We
So
call that Brotox.
Botox.
Brotox.
But anyway, I want to say thank you, because not only, you know, when a company says we care about the productivity in your office, but at the same time, we care about the quality of care your patients are receiving, everybody wins that way. And it's just, it's very refreshing. And those are the kinds of companies that we want to do business with.
I so appreciate you saying that. That's why I think you guys are just good people. Like, we have that same exact thing. Like, dentistry is great when things are a win for the practice, not at the expense of the patient.
Right.
And when you win for the patient, not at the expense of the practice. It's when we all win that the profession wins, and together we can keep raising the standard of care.
Well, and maybe insurance companies will see that as a huge win too. I mean, I think that would be a great opportunity. I mean, at the end of the day, insurance companies should be all about prevention and not about treatment, because if we're all doing the right things from a prevention and education standpoint, the amount of treatment, theoretically, as we've been, you know, told and researched, should decrease. So there's so much opportunity in that, because there are very few programs right now that reward retention, that reward continuing to show up. Like, you can go as an insured patient for your recare today, and if you don't go for 3 years, you show back up, you get the same coverage and benefits. There are very few programs that are structured to encourage that prevention and retention. And so I think there's this whole great concept kind of built around whether insurance is involved or not, but the fact that we're motivating and incentivizing patients to maintain that retention, I think will be incredibly sticky, as the marketing term is, both for practices, for patients, likely for carriers and other corporations. I think you're going to wake some people up. I kind of like it.
So can I speak really quickly to what some of the savvy?
Is this phase 3? I
No,
don't
no,
know.
no.
Can you?
No. Wow, we're up to phase 8 already. This is like
Yeah.
Del Boca Vista, phase 3. Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, so Care Beyond the Chair like stands on its own in practices, but some of the savvy dentists have shared with me how they're using it to really, I don't know, they're just getting behind it in innovative ways. So they're either rolling it into their in-office membership, if that's what they have, because the whole point of a membership program is that you want to be able to show high perceived value at a low investment. So the perceived value of Care Beyond the Chair between the cost of the brush and free replacement heads over 7 years is like $500. And yet the investment is $99.95. So it's rare to be able to find something where you can leverage that much value and add that to something, and it helps patients coming back. So they either roll it into membership or they prescribe it in perio because they want their patients staying in the perio protocol. Wasn't there
New patient specialists.
Oh, yeah.
Also.
I'm just thinking of so many innovative ways to use this. Well, whether it's an in-office savings plan program where you subsidize part of that fee through their in-office plan, or that becomes part of the fee. And there's just so many things you could do with this from a marketing perspective. So I love it.
But ultimately, the patient owns it, which is huge. So,
Well,
you know,
of
whether-
course they own the toothbrush, Chad. They don't want to use our toothbrush.
but they
No.
own the
Not a
I don't want to
membership.
use their
program.
toothbrush.
They own the membership, and they own the responsibility to return every 3, 4, 6 months, whatever
I love
recall
it.
system that they're on. And, you know, it just really is amazing. So would you all mention maybe, you know, what it looks like for an office to sign up with Care Beyond the Chair? And can I get a t-shirt?
Yes, we should have sent one out to you today. So for an office to sign up, they're just
You
going
have
to
a trucker hat? I'm teasing.
we should get
Won't fit your head.
Get slap bracelets.
the swag is
Yeah. Slap bracelet. Yeah. Okay. So go ahead. Sorry. I was cutting in.
I wear a large.
Oh, super easy for the practice to sign up. They just go to our website. They enroll their office and their team. And immediately we want the team to start to try out the brush. So we will send the brush right away for everyone to start trying. And then in the meantime, we will get the private label put on the brush. So in about 7 to 10 days, it arrives at the office, all the marketing materials ready to go. We have an onboarding call, just like we did. And then they're up and running. It's super easy.
And have you ever had an annoying doctor call you like first thing Monday morning after meeting with you all the past weekend and saying, "Hey, when am I getting my brushes?"
Nope, that's never happened.
Nope, that seems
Serious.
foreign to
not
them.
any dentist that
You
were
were so
memorable.
excited.
Not any
Mm.
memorable
Yeah, I'm like,
dentists,
wait, who is this?
yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't know who
Yeah.
you were. So
Hey, that's what you should have pulled there is wait, have we met?
she kind of did. Yeah.
I was like, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Remember he kind of like Mel Gibson. What's his
Dr.
name?
Mel Gibson. Yes.
So I was gonna say you kind of favor Zac Efron.
Dr.
So
the
we
Cactus.
could do like a
Who was
celebrity
that?
kind of thing.
Zac
Yeah.
Efron. Yes.
I think Zac Efron.
Yes.
Have you got that,
Wait,
or
wait,
have I said that
Jeff
before?
Zac Efron or I?
No, you're
No.
Zac Efron.
Okay,
He is
before.
definitely not Zac Efron. He is more Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Him?
Well,
Him?
Him?
Jeff,
He's
you're
Ricky
pointing the wrong
Ricardo.
way. I don't know. So what I'd like to do
Tony
is,
knew. She was like, yes, Zac Efron.
so tomorrow, I would like to post the link to Zana, and then you all can comment on it and maybe, you know, put your personal contact information So keep an eye out for when this posts, because Facebook was kind of crazy tonight with allowing us to go live. So I apologize, recorded, but we're going to get you guys out there. We'd love to have you back on the show another time and talk with you all. And I can tell you, I just want to say this to the people that are watching and the people that will watch. There's companies that we do business with because we have to, and there's companies that we do business with because we want to. And these two people down here, it'll take about 30 seconds of your time to realize that you want to do business with these people because their heart is in the right place. Their business model is amazing. And I wish you both the best success ever. And I think that you all have a great concept and it's going to revolutionize the industry.
Thank
So-
you. We appreciate
Here,
it.
here. And your first call is to my office to get my team onboarded.
Yeah.
So
Same.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
You guys.
thank you all so much for coming on. And I look forward to a continued friendship. And let's do this
Yeah.
again. I want to hear success stories and maybe about phase 2 next time. I didn't realize I was under NDA.
Hey, you're just getting people excited to sneak.
That's right.
You know,
That's
it's
that's
coming.
actually a marketer's dream.
Yeah.
I-
Phase
Right.
two.
I dangled the carrot.
Dangled. It's
Yeah.
coming, guys. It's coming.
Hey, thank you all for taking
Guys,
time
thanks
away
for
from your
taking your
family to be
time.
on
Thank
here.
you so much.
Go
Guys.
enjoy those 17 kids and counting, and we'll talk to you all soon.
Thank you.
That's phase 4.
All right.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, phase 4. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right,
Good night,
Zana.
guys.
Good
Thanks.
night,
I
Brian.
really appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
Good
Thank
night.
you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Chad, that's phase 4.
That's,
Kids brush retention
Wait,
program.
JB, don't you have 17
yeah.
children? or
No,
something
3.
Like that?
Come on.
You had one video up on Facebook the other day. I don't know. All
Oh,
I
there
saw
were
was
so many kids running
there
around.
were so many kids just going around
At
in that
my
circle.
house at any given time, there may be 17 children.
Yeah.
Only 3 of mine can I go to jail for or lose custody of.
I'm going to show you all something. So this is what's going on here right now.
Do you think that's why you can't get on?
And
No.
then this is
Because
my
it's
buddy
Texas.
and his wife, because every time the tornado sirens go off, they tell us to put our bicycle helmets on. It is crazy here right now. I'm sitting here going, I'm going to go
Are you
off
okay?
any minute. Do what?
Do you feel unsafe? That's a lot of glass behind you.
No, whenever this stuff happens, I am Lieutenant Dan. I will go sit on the front porch and I'm like, bring it on. I love this stuff. The only time I came inside, I'll send you guys a picture later. There was a tornado that I could see at the end of my street and I was out. We were in the media room, pulled the couch over us, all the cushions on top of us, and we just waited it out. But it's that time of year in Texas, folks. I'm just surprised that we stayed on the whole time.
Well, and Texas is so big. The likelihood of it really coming down right where you are is.
Seems like 92% right now based on that radar.
I'm going to send you the picture and you can see at the end of my street where it was a couple years
Oh.
ago.
Filtering him again?
Chad's. Yeah, that's the Botox filter. I got to get rid of it. Okay.
Hey, I just got to say this. Were those two people not pretty amazing?
Love
They were
them.
Awesome.
Love them.
Yeah.
I love what that company is doing. I love when companies think beyond
Yeah.
how do we just sell more product?
Yep.
Because what sells product is making dentists' life easier at the same time that it makes patient care better.
Correct.
Yep. Yep.
And it just goes to show you how industries and markets can become these giant icebergs, like
Yeah.
government, frankly, that are very difficult to mold and change in a short period of time. And that's why you need companies like this to come in and shake it up and say, hey guys, I know this isn't top priority for you. It's all we focus on, and we're going to take it to the next level. And everybody wins, to your point, Jeff. When somebody's looking at it from an outside the box thing, I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, that's great. Honestly, I cannot wait to get my office signed up. I mean, you just told me about it last week, and I'm like, man, that really sounds amazing. And now after meeting them and having a chance to chat with them a little bit, I mean, this is absolutely something I'm going to do. So
I would encourage both of you all to do it, and I'd encourage anybody watching to do it. So, you know, it's fantastic. It's kind of getting loud outside, so I might have to
Oh,
bow
well,
out.
we'll
in a
let you
second.
go.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
why don't we do this? Let's, since we switched things around a little bit, JB, did you have any news tonight?
Guys, the only thing that I am genuinely there's some interesting stuff that's happening. There are two things. One, there was a dentist that passed away in a plane crash in Oklahoma. It was an orthodontist and his family. So, you know, anyone that's watching from that area, you know, our hearts are just, it's such a sad loss. But what was really great to see was his community of dentists were already rallying around, trying to take care of his practice and his patients. To help. And so that's always really rewarding to see how we as a community will continue to support and protect one another. The second thing is OSHA is actively trying to finalize a COVID standard. I frankly am concerned about what may come from that particular
I think we
standard
all are. Yeah.
and what will be required of us. And so I don't want to let the evening go without not warning, but giving you an active heads up that this is something that is very much in the works and is probably within a very short period of time from being published. You know, my personal observation is the fact that we're providing mandates now about how vaccinated folks can not or wear masks when they're outside gives me grave concern about how up to date and active these larger government offices are staying on current trends and information that's being provided. So, you know, I am concerned that the OSHA standards are going to come out and maybe set some of our practices back a bit and what will be required of us. So as soon as I got some additional information today that we're not long from a vote. And so I'll come forward as soon as that gets finalized. And I think Chad might actually be going to a shelter.
Yeah, he's going down into the basement.
Into the bunker. He went to the bunker to get his bicycle helmet. Anyway, I don't want to take up much time, but I want you to stay kind of dialed into that. And I'm going to definitely post that information as soon as it's available. But that would be a very interesting trend because never before have we had a specific standard for a specific pathogen. We've had a bloodborne pathogen standard. We have a hazardous material standard. But what is being proposed is a COVID-19 standard.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
You didn't get your bike helmet.
I'm just listening to my roof being torn off right now. We're getting golf ball size hail.
Oh, wow.
You need to go.
No, I'm good.
So
Nothing
listen,
I can do about it now.
we
You know,
kept
what's in the roof
everybody
after the ice storm.
Yeah.
we kept everybody we didn't
Well,
really
frankly,
have our
no one.
show.
We kept no
Yeah,
one.
so we didn't keep anyone. Everyone's watching this recorded, so they're doing it on their own time. But I like the idea of us keeping this abbreviated tonight. Lots going on with you, Chad, in Texas with the hailstorm and the tornado and the Wizard of Oz and all that stuff. And
Yeah, Auntie Anne just flew by the window.
yeah. I do want to throw this out there that next week we have a really killer show. Do you guys know what day our show falls on next week? Don't say Wednesday. It
Can we
is
eat tacos with margaritas?
It is Cinco de Mayo. We are going to be some sombrero wearing, maraca shaking, margarita drinking,
taco
eating people.
Thank you.
And honestly, we have some incredible guests next week. You've met them before. You know how much we love doing programs with Midway Education Center. So Dawn Metcalf and Kelsey Banfield. I don't even know if that's Kelsey's last name anymore because she just got married. So I don't know if she took on a new name
kosher?
yet.
Is it not kosher?
Yeah, exactly. I
don't know.
We'll figure that out as we go. But Midway Education Center we're going to do a program with them They're going to be talking about one of the coolest destination CE trips to happen in a long time. And I'm really excited for a lot of reasons. First of all, the DINKs are going to be there. So why would it not be great? But I love what they did with the name. It's, you know, Midway Education Center is MEC, and they called it Mexico. So we're going to be talking about a destination CE event in Cancun, Mexico next January. And that's going to kind of be our whole theme, is the whole Mexico trip, Cinco de Mayo. Everybody grab your margaritas. Join us next week. It's going to be great. On that same front, Midway Education Center, Dr. Chad Duplantis is going to be with our good friend Lon McCrae again this Friday, doing the third part in their implant series. So we're really excited for that. On May 7th, I'm going to be kicking off the sleep series for Midway Education Center, along with Dr. Gene Santucci. So lots of cool stuff going on with our great partners at Midway Education Center. So be sure you tune in next week. Again, sorry for the snafus on Hump Day Happy Hour. Obviously, Chad's having a time there, but JB, you got anything else?
Nothing. I think we should just hunker down.
I think
in solidarity.
Let's all hunker down, and I think we need to call Chad because I'm a little worried.
All right, Dinks Nation, we're out.
We are out. Thanks for watching, Dennis in the Know, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Love you.
Oh my gosh, Chad just brought one in.
Oh my gosh. Can you lick it?